A cruise ship leaves Shanghai for a mass wedding of gay couples in defiance of China's laws and social norms. Foreign correspondent is on board to film the event. One of the organizers is Shanghai activist and businessman Rog Fegduan. This is his story. As the traditional Chinese wedding song begins, I choke back tears and recall 3 marriages, all very different, all landmarks in my life. I first met Lee online. It was the early 2000s. Back then there were no gay dating apps, so I used to check the BB's student website. That's where I saw photos of handsome Lee. I added him as a friend on the Chinese chatting app Questions, and we started to talk online. Maybe I touched an emotional chord when I said goodnight one time. Anyway, Lee gave me his phone number. I called him the next day. We talked for 4 hours, the longest phone call I ever had in my life. Our relationship was confirmed. I was in Shanghai, Lee was in Sichuan province, about 2,000 kilometers apart. In 2 years of long-distance romance, we could only meet during holidays. We wrote more than 300 love letters to each other. To save for travel expenses and phone calls, we mostly ate bread and instant noodles every day. But we felt warm and satisfied. Lee moved to Shanghai after he graduated and we rented a house together. It had some spare rooms, so we rented them to other gay guys to preserve our secret and avoid embarrassments. When I started dating Lee, I worried about how other, mostly straight, people would think. So I told only a trusted few. I'd known I was gay since my early teens at junior school, but I'd told anyone. Years later, still in my hometown of Lanzhou in central China, I plucked up the courage to tell my parents. It went badly. I remember the night all too vividly, mother and father rushing to my apartment, the big fight, mum's tears. In the end, we agreed we wouldn't talk about it anymore. I left Lanzhou. And yet, even after I had been with Lee for 3 years, even though my parents knew I was gay, even though I now lived far away from them, they were pressuring me to marry a woman. Desperate to please them, I went back online. This time I was looking for a lesbian for a marriage of convenience. So, in 2010, with the blessing of family, relatives and friends, I had my fake wedding. But the fake marriage did solve anything. It all felt bizarre. There was conflict with my wife over money. The pretense made life difficult for both Lee and me. My parents were asking awkward questions, like why were there men's unders but no bras in my room. A year later it imploded. The lesbian I had married broke up with her girlfriend and also decided to end our marriage. Thankfully, we got divorced. Soon Lee and I met some volunteers from PFLAG, an NGO for gay rights in China. We learned we had another choice if we were gay in this world, to come out of the closet. We decided to tell Lee's mother. For ages she had regarded me as the best and most reliable friend. She even once said that if Lee had a sister, she would marry her to me. I was pleased she liked me, but I had never dared to tell her the truth. So we summoned up the courage to tell her.